Do you know what? I couldn't think of a decent one to use, so I just found the biggest load of meat I could find, and
That is absolutely making
it
and
works.
you got some pork in there, and you got the Oink Squad logos.
There's
right there.
definitely lamb in there.
Oh yeah,
lamb chops.
Can't beat it. Can't beat it.
Oh,
Right, are we ready?
Ready to go.
Let's go. Uh-oh. There we go.
First dangle clack right off the bat. I don't know about you, but I still get like giddy when I see that new intro.
Yeah, I do like it. It's a lot shorter as well, which is nice.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, the man's an absolute fucking genius when it comes to this shit. All right, 100%. So welcome back to another episode of Across the Pond. I'm apparently your host now. I am Josh, the Vaping Jedi, masshole, douchebag, whatever the hell you want to call me. I answer to a lot of things. Tonight I'm joined by my co-host Adam Sloan, also known as the Cloud Cartel UK. Best coils in the UK. I hear they are Duchess killers. Unfortunately, we are not. We don't have Angela with us tonight. She had a last-minute thing to do, so we have somebody less attractive with us. But he makes up for it with his mysteriousness. Ladies and gentlemen, we have FaceMeat, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, FaceMeat. How are you doing, man?
Let me just preempt everything by just saying I'm sorry that I'm here instead of someone else. But I'm doing great, thank you.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know about you guys, but this week has been fucking bullshit when it comes to work and everything else. There was one night I didn't get home till probably 8 o'clock after leaving my house at, I don't know, 5:30 in the morning. Oh, how's everything going for you guys?
Go on, FaceMeat. How's your week been?
Not too bad. Jedi, if it makes you feel any better, I got 16 hours at work tomorrow.
Oh.
But it's all overtime. So
there you go.
I don't miss working Sundays.
No complaints.
Oh.
The whole point of taking a management position was to not have to work so much. Boy,
doesn't work, does it?
Wrong.
Yeah. Well, my week's has had his up and downs. Bit of a downer. A guy I've known for 16 years got stabbed and he's dead. So that was a bit shit. I found that out the other day. And then his mate got, and then his best mate I knew as well, not too well. He died the next day in a revenge attack. So that was a bit of a shit start of the week. Work's been a bit boring. But I've just been doing a lot of like back end shit with the Cloud Cartel stuff and revamping all of the shows and being a bit of a keyboard warrior, which is I thought it'd be fun. I always had this dream. I wanted to work from home, tapping away on a laptop, getting work done, so I don't have to go to work. I sat here for 7 hours. I hated every minute of it. Can't do it. Can't sit behind a computer. It is hard work. I even took it into the garden when it was like 6 degrees and sat on a chair outside to get a little bit of fresh air, and it didn't help too much, but it's all good.
There's something to be said for being out of the home when you go to work.
What's that? Sorry.
There's something to be said for being out of your home when you go to work.
Yeah,
it's a sort of like a separation from work and home.
See, I like, so I work quite a long way from where I live, and it's quite nice to get in the car. So I don't do public transport anymore. But for like 10 years, I was doing 2.5 hours each way. Well, now I drive, and it's only 45 minutes. So it's nice to get into your car, drive to work, forget about everything, and then do the same coming back. It's quite nice. But sitting here was just horrible. Couldn't do it. Found it hard to concentrate.
Oh yeah,
because you're in that zone where you play and chat with everybody and do stuff like this, and you got to be a good boy and get some work done. And I ended up, I hold my hands up. I was meant to be doing work, and I'd done 4 hours playing Vermintide 2, and I don't even play computer games. I just downloaded it and thought, let's play something. I'll tell you this now: computer games have changed since Mario Kart 64.
You think?
Fuck me. I died literally within about 30 seconds. But
see that I have a similar problem when it comes to working from home. Now mind you, I have the ability to, because really I can virtually do everything. I can meet with customers. I can meet with employees, the whole 9 yards. Doesn't even have to be face to face. Zoom and Teams meetings and everything else is, it's easy. And plus I can schedule everything from home. But there's a TV and an Xbox right there. And this is where all my shit is. So
it's so difficult. Yeah. So I'm off now for 4 days. So I'm just going to be pissing around for 4 days. Doing coils and spending time with the family. Because today I spent 5 hours on 1800 steam train covered in lights, Christmas thing, and it was fucking atrocious. Considering I don't like Christmas, I'm not a Christmassy person. They decked this train out with all these Christmas lights, and then they're playing all this Christmas music, and the lights are flashing as you're on this steam train, and people are singing and dancing. It was a very, very long 4 or 5 hours.
This an actual steam-powered train?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the train was cool, but like you can only do so much Christmas Michael Bublé. There's only so much of that you can take. But
I think Michael Bublé is the worst version of Christmas music that exists.
I don't really do Christmas songs. The missus loves the Bing Crosby shit. And
well, see, there you're getting to something that could be sort of enjoyable, but Bublé is a talented guy, but it's just...
Yeah, it was, I got to be honest, it was a bit much. And then it was a kids thing, so I was waiting for like Mickey Mouse Christmas songs to come on. But then they put rap Christmas songs. They done it for the kids section. And there was some kid rapping Jingle Bells. And it was just really not fun.
No.
But hey, the kid loved it. But I know we're going to go in the gutter quite quickly. The kid decided we thought we would change his nappy because he's only one. So we laid him on the table, pulled his nappy down, and it was like a dirty pipe has gone off. It was just a stream of brown water fucking on the table, on the mat, everywhere. And
so he did this after you took the nappy off?
Yeah. Yeah. And there's Christmas lights going, so you don't really know where everything's gone.
You got Chris in there. That's part of it. You earned a little badge for yourself right there.
Oh, mate, it was everywhere. You're trying to clean it up, and then you find another light flashes. Oh, shit, there's a bit over there. But, yeah. I literally came in from there, and then turned the computer on, and we're ready to go. And we left at 1, and it's already like 10:30. So it was been a long old day.
Have you ever been sitting down for dinner and your kids had a messy one earlier in the day and you realize there's a little something on the back of your hand?
Yep.
And you just go, whatever.
I went to go driving somewhere and I realized I had shit up my hand.
And it's like,
oh,
no big deal.
I'm not good with poo. I can't do poo. But before we get any further, what I'll do is I'll just throw this up just so people know there may be some swearing and dirty content. Oh, go on, Josh. Before I go too far off track.
It seems like Chris wants to start the old Apple Android war again. So anything new happen lately? You guys get any new gear in, whether it be vaping or not? Anything that you're specifically proud about, or something you've been looking for lately and you finally found?
Go on, FaceMeat. Anything new?
Guava jelly.
Ooh.
Just came in today.
Nice.
I'm a bit of an amateur DIYer myself, and dabbled quite a bit with the guava stuff. I really enjoy that flavor profile, the funky, the sweet, the fruity. But this guava jelly is phenomenal. It's really something special.
And it doesn't matter what, like, if you can vape it in a 3, you can vape it in a mouth to lung at 12 milligram or whatever, whatever your preference is, or even the salts. It all tastes the exact same. Like, there's no it does well across each platform. Like at a 3 milligram with a really hot build, you can still get that great amount of flavor. Lower wattage with the mouth to lung, even with salt or freebase, you're still getting a really good saturated, flavorful vape.
So I'm at 13 watts with a 0.8 ohm coil. I do strictly mouth to lung, and this stuff is fantastic. A lot of the stuff I order lately seems to be catered more toward the direct lung stuff. So people request, recommend stuff, and I try it, and it doesn't really quite hit with me. But this stuff is banging.
I got right now. I've got Homeboy's Tropical in this, and it's the same way. It hits just the same at a 3 milligram or in a salt in a pod, and it's good.
What have I got new? I've got quite a few bits that's new. Oh, I've got a new bridge on the way. Being sent the tighter, new version, the new one. One of my mates has got 2. He got sent 2 for review, so I swapped in 1 for some coils.
Oh, there you go.
So I've got that coming. So I'm looking forward to that. What else have I got? I got some of these fragile stickers because Royal Mail think that they can just play football with my packages, and I've had a couple of jars smash, which was quite interesting because I've sent packs of 12 to like Morocco and shit, and they've been fine. But apparently, if they go anywhere in the UK, the World Cup season has taken everybody by spirit and it starts booting shit around. So I thought I'd get a couple of fragile stickers. I got some other little bits and pieces I can't talk about because they'll be coming out very soon. Been working on some new bits and pieces. Got some new little hobbies that I'm working on. But I've got to keep them stum as well because they'll be coming out as well. But it's all good fun stuff. But apart from that, I've been going through world drinks because obviously I don't drink alcohol anymore. So I'm trying to go around the world and pick up drinks like sodas that are like traditional from their country. So I've gone Jamaican and they've got a thing called tropical soda. It's really good, but I think it's like 99.99% pure sugar.
Well, that's soda.
Yeah. Probably.
But it's no. But apart from that, nothing new really. Just been loving life a little bit, enjoying everything. I'm trying not to spend money. I think is what I'm trying to get. I try and spend too much money on shit.
Oh, I spent money, but I spent money on Black Friday, so shit was a little bit cheaper.
No, I bought a Google Home and a couple of Google Nests. That's pretty cool in the go because I've got a Google Nest in the workshop, so it's cool. Rather than having to use my phone, which I have to charge like 3 times a day because it's shit and it's falling apart. I can just use the Google. But apart from that, like Black Friday was tempting because I know Superior Vapes, they were doing like purge mods that were like £250 down to £50. Every mech on there was £50, and there was like £300 mechs on there. Mike Haynes, I don't know if he's jumped in chat. He was like, "Go on, ads, pull the trigger." And I couldn't do it. It's just I got too many. I got too much stuff. I'm trying to go back through all my old stuff.
That's the beauty of having way more stuff than you need. Is going back to stuff in the back of a your little vape cupboard somewhere. I think this thing was amazing. Let me try and build this thing back up.
Exactly. That's what I decided to do because I've got a storage box just full of vape shit.
Yeah.
And all I seem to do is put stuff in there, and I never really take anything out of it. Once it's in there, it's like a bottomless pit. So I've decided that I'm going to just pick one thing out a week, build it, and just use it for a week and see how it is.
Yeah.
If I don't like
stuff,
it,
it's amazing, man.
Yeah. Yeah, and if I don't like it, I can pass it on. And if I like it, and then I found something else that I like. Because back then when you're buying, I don't know if you guys were the same, but in that first 4 years of vaping, anything new, you're like a bit of a magpie, like, oh, I want that, and you buy it, you vape it for a week, and then you buy something else, and that just goes in the cupboard.
Well, because back then a new thing would come out once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Nowadays there's something new every day. No one can afford to buy everything new.
No. So I'm going to go back through some old shit, and hopefully I find some little bangers in there. I know there's some terrible shit in there, but we're quite looking forward to pulling that out. I've got an RDA in there that cost me £1, and it wasn't even in the sale. And it was free delivery. So we're going to pull that out.
Brought out the Rebel again. I love my recoil. Recoil's like my end game RDA, but Rebel, I haven't used that in a while. Threw some of your coils in it, put it on top of the whatever the fuck that mech is that I have. The Vert, there we go, the Unicorn Vert, and it's been great. I mean, I'm
on the Nightmare 25. I've got 4 of them now. It's the only thing I use really now. I love the vape on it, and it's easy because painting, it's so easy just to pull that top cap off. But it's not loose enough that it'll fly off. Like, do you remember the old drop? You sneeze and that thing will fly off. So I'm on the Nightmares, and I've got 2 more in the garage, and that's all I seem to use at the moment. I've got a little bit of a love affair with it.
I don't want to bring anything to work and potentially destroy it, so that's why I stick to the pods.
Yeah, I've got I use a Coco in the car, but the problem with it is it fucking lights up. That's really annoying.
There's no stealth mode.
No. It's just, but it doesn't just light up when you vape it afterwards. It then decides to show you every color it's got. So it's like a bit of yellow, bit of green, bit of blue. You're like, come on, you finished yet?
No one wants that.
No. I took it on the train for today, and I was trying to have a little sneaky puff on it. And look, your whole t-shirt's just lit up with loads of colors when you're trying to cover the lights.
It's all well and good if you want to have a light show while you vape, but give me an opportunity to turn it off.
Exactly. It's like the old was it the Foosh? The old
At
least you could at least turn that off. This thing you can't.
It was like a disco.
Yeah. And if you got the old Digi Flavor RTA on the top that lit up as well, the torch, there you go. You got the full package. I've got to be honest. I'll just answer this question quickly because I'll forget to. They're saying about you can't get no flavour out of the Nightmare 25. When I first got it, I hated it because I couldn't get no flavour off it. There is a specific way to build it. I don't know if you can see where the coil placement is. You literally get it where the airflow is. where the airflow's like that, you sit the coil here, so the air goes around it. Get it there, you'll have no issues. And to help it, I don't know if I've got them sitting here somewhere. Yeah, get yourself some of these. Considering I've thrown mine on the floor, you go over to Signature Tips. Get yourself some of these coiling rods and hold them in place. Because you get 2 in a pack, so get both of them and hold them in place and screw them down. You'll have no issues after that. Since doing that, I get perfect flavour off it. So, to answer that question before I'll forget. Right. Should we head over to main topic?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because otherwise, we're just going to chat shit for the next hour and a half. And no one will have a fucking clue who FaceMeat is. Cool. Right. So, have you got any questions prepared, Josh, for him? That's
Why
a silly
dry
question,
oatmeal?
really, isn't it? Oh, that was going to be my first one.
All right, so what brought you to Nick's videos? And then, because to me, it was a bit of a troll at first. That's the way I saw it. With just dry oatmeal. Now, it was fun, so it wasn't like a negative troll or anything like that. But you kind of you basically made this mysterious aura around yourself.
So I started vaping in 2013, and Nick and I Get You 69 and Bill Basardo were the 3 guys that I watched even before I started vaping. So I had been around and watching his videos and commenting here and there when I thought it was necessary to comment.
Mm-hmm.
So I had been vaping and watching his videos and subscribed to a channel for years before the dry oatmeal thing started. So if you go way back and check the comment section, I'm probably in there asking a dumb question about a Provari or Vivinova or something. He did a video. I don't remember what. I think it was a vlog type video, and in the thumbnail was "What's in the News, Robin?" So I think it was one of his like TBNs or something like that, and it said "What's in the News, Robin?" So when I hear that, I think, oh, this guy's a fan of the Howard Stern Show, which I'm a huge fan of the Howard Stern Show.
Yep.
So I watched the video, and down below I just commented, "Dry oatmeal." So that's sort of a deep dive in Howard Stern fan weirdness. Okay. George Takei, Mr. Sulu from Star Trek, is a recurring guest on the Howard Stern Show. And they have this phony phone call where they call someone up and he just says nothing but "dry oatmeal" in that really deep George Takei voice. So that was just my sort of
the go-to
Howard Stern fan stuff regarded to this title that was on the thumbnail, and he replied to it. I don't remember what the reply was, but I was really stoked that Nick replied to my comment of dry oatmeal, and Nick got it, and then it just went from there. So ever since then, the only thing I'll ever say on Nick's content is dry oatmeal. But I'm on other follow other channels and stuff, and I'll chat and just be a normal person. But only on Nick's stuff, I just say dry oatmeal. That's it. There's nothing mysterious behind it. It's just
I definitely remember when he would when it was more prevalent and new, mind you, not that it wasn't prevalent, but when it was new and you first started it, and when he first started to realize what was going on and started feeding into it, you were like an enigma. Like anywhere he would talk about recent events or recent videos or anything like that, like I remember him talking about this FaceMeat guy. I don't know how to. I think he said that he didn't know how to take it. Like this is just mysterious. I don't know who this is, and what is the significance behind dry oatmeal? And it was ruby root. It did everything else.
Was the people thought I was this, like people thought I was Dwayne or Bogan.
Yep.
Or they thought I was like someone that was really in with his circle doing this dry oatmeal thing, but I'm just a dude that watched this channel and just
I remember him saying that he thought it was Dwayne or even Kent for that matter for a while.
Yeah.
Well, it goes quite nicely to one of the questions. It was like the Dark Knight. Was there a villain in your life that made you reveal your true identity to the vaping
Was there
world?
what?
Was there a villain in your life, like Dark Knight, that made you reveal your identity to the world? Or did you just have enough and decide to get involved?
Stanton Glance is the villain in my life.
It's a pretty good villain to have in your life.
Fuck that guy.
F the FDA.
Yeah.
So what's with the name FaceMeat?
That goes back even further. I was at a yakitori restaurant with a friend of mine. So yakitori is a Japanese style of cooking where they put things on a skewer and they turn it over a charcoal fire, and it's amazing. So the first time I ever went to a yakitori restaurant, they had all this bizarre stuff on the menu. Like they had chicken tail. So if you chickens don't have tails, right? But if you ever buy a whole chicken, there's that little nub that comes off over the backbone. And they had all this crazy stuff, and they had FaceMeat on the menu. So my friend and I had this ongoing sort of inside joke thing about FaceMeat. So when I first came to YouTube, I couldn't think of a name, and I just thought FaceMeat. That's it.
FaceMeat is, cheeks or jowl or.
I'm pretty sure it was related to pork. So like pork cheeks or
Really good if it's cooked right.
Delicious. Yeah.
So does FaceMeat have any hobbies that he has apart from obviously vaping and commenting dry oatmeal?
Skateboarding. That's number one.
Nice.
I'm
too fat for that.
Oh.
Well, I am too, but I still keep at it.
I gave up such a long time ago.
You want a good laugh? Put me on a skateboard. 5 seconds later, I'm face first in the fucking pavement.
Well,
that I thought was really cool was I remember being a little kid and going to the skate park or going to little skate spots, and there just being some old grizzled dude, usually a little bit fat because they drink beer and whatnot, but they just fucking rip. Like they're so good. And I always wanted to be that dude that was the old guy that he shows up and you think like, oh, his kid's going to come skate or something. But that dude skates. I love that. I don't know if anyone has thought of me in that regard, but I love potentially being that guy.
I used to skate all the time. I gave up probably when I was like 18, 19. But I used to skate for Death Skateboards. I don't know if you don't have them over there too much. There's a little English company. Right? Yeah, I used to skate for them back when I was like 15, 16. Skated with Dirty Sanchez. We done competitions and all that. But I don't know if you agree with me. My top two favorite skate videos was Misled Youth the Zero. I don't know if you've ever seen that one.
I have.
Rodney Mullen versus Day One Song, round 2.
I won't disagree with either of those. Those are both great picks.
Yeah. I stopped watching them after I think it was Yeah Right came out, the old girl skateboard ones.
There will never be another skate video like Yeah Right. There's not the budget in skateboarding for that kind of video. That was the peak.
Yeah. I didn't like it. It took away from what I used to like watching.
Was it not gritty for you?
Was that?
Was it not gritty enough for you?
Yeah, it was too clean cut.
Okay, so that's the Spike Jonze influence. So the guys that started Girl Skateboards, they happen to be friends with Spike Jonze, who became a big Hollywood director. But for me as a Southern California guy, that's the pinnacle of skate video, not skateboarding, but skate video for me at least.
Yeah, I just found it way too clean cut, and then they had the bit when they green screened out the skateboards, didn't they? So
yeah,
it was like Eric Costa and that doing board slides, and there was no board. I was just like, I can't watch it. I love the old 411 video magazines, the old school ones going further back.
Do you remember On Video?
The what? Sorry,
On Video. It was sort of the offshoot from 411, but they went into deep dives on they would do a deep dive on Natas Kapis or Ray Barbie.
Yeah,
it was related. They were sort of brothers in video making, but On Video did sort of like a documentary style.
Oh, okay.
Thing.
Yeah, I tried to go back into watching it, but I used to love a bit of Arto Sari and what was his mate Louis, but I want to say Bertolli, but that's fucking butter, but it's not.
Barletta?
Yeah.
The guy with the bowl cut?
Yeah.
So that guy, he's still out there, and he's the team manager for Enjoy.
Oh, wasn't that the Rodney Mullen one? They had the panda on it, wasn't it, on the old skateboard?
That's Enjoy, yeah.
Yeah. I've still got an original toy machine, Red Monster, the half blank, half monster one from the 80s. I've still got it under the stairs. My mum and dad managed to get it for me when I was 16. Never skated it. I'm too scared to put it back on. But I'm too fat and ugly to skate now. I've busted all my knees, busted my hips, my ankles. I've got arthritis, and I'm 20 stone. And I don't think that'll be too good. I don't think there's any skateboard big enough and thick enough to hold my weight. I mean, mates a couple of years ago, because my mate still does inline skating. He was like, come on, we'll go skating. I was like, I can skate. We went down the skate park. I was there for 10 minutes, and I was sweating in places I didn't even know I could sweat. I can't do it. Still got all the skate, all the boards, got everything. Just couldn't do it anymore. Maybe if I lose a bit of weight and I sort my knees out, maybe I'll give it a go.
Well, you get out there and skate some more, you lose some weight.
True. But I need to have one that's probably about this thick. Just pile 6 on top of each other. But do you have any other hobbies apart from skating?
Fishing, but I don't really have too much time for that anymore.
I love going fishing, and my oldest kid loves it. It's just neither of us are very good. We just sit there and relax. It's a nice way to bond.
Absolutely, especially with a kid. I remember going fishing with my dad, and you're sort of forced into a conversation because you're just sitting there waiting for something to happen most of the time.
Well, I mean, it's great because the both of us are introverts, so we really don't have to talk.
Yeah.
But yeah, she my oldest is on the spectrum, and for her to it's on the spectrum with a bunch of sensory issues, for her to want to do something that is going to involve getting dirty and touching something that is slimy or potentially slimy was over and above. I didn't have to force her to do anything. I didn't bring it up. She did. So every time we go camping now, we make it a point to find a lake, pond, stream, whatever, and just sit.
Yeah.
Not last year. Not this year. It was last summer. She caught her first fish all on her own, with no intervention from me whatsoever.
That's amazing.
She caught a good sized trout too.
That's such a feeling.
The fish, a couple of times I went fishing was with my uncle in Missouri, and I thought it'd be like proper, like, hey, fishing. Now he literally tied a bit of string to a bottle, put something in front of the water, and said, "Wait for that to bob down, and just pull the bottle up." And handed me a beer. So we ended up getting really drunk, forgetting that we was fishing, and didn't end up fishing.
Well, at least it's not like catfish.
Yeah, that's fucking mental. There's one dude holding another dude's leg while he's in a hole and pulls out this fish bigger than him. Like.
or just going in with your bare hands, grabbing the damn thing. No, I'm good.
Thing is about those places, the holes where the catfish hang out oftentimes are the same holes that the snapping turtles.
Yeah.
Find.
Oh, fuck
you don't want that.
Just another thing that's added to the list of dangerous shit we have here in the States.
We have foxes and badgers.
Florida, it'll rain iguanas if it gets too cold in Florida.
And a fox will cuddle you to death, though, right?
Yeah, but it will still give you a bite. I got chased by a badger. We won't go back down that story, but yeah, fucking them things are dangerous. They're vicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. They look cuddly, but I can tell you now they're not. Oh, no, I've got another little question.
Picture you running down the street being chased by a badger.
Yeah, I only had a dressing gown on as well. So you can imagine, poor neighbours saw fuck tons of shit that night. So what would be a perfect weekend for you, mate? If you could have the perfect weekend, what would it be? Yeah.
No shit to do at home. Probably. So I'm in Southern California, so it probably would be go to Palm Springs with my wife and daughter, hang out by a pool, have some cocktails, go find some snakes and lizards in the desert.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty simple stuff.
What would your perfect weekend be, Josh?
Any quiet time really with the wife and kids. The both of us work crazy hours during the week, so we don't get a lot of time. So she works retail. She does a lot of closing shifts. By the time I get home, she's not even halfway done her shift yet. You know, I get the kids off to bed, and then I go to bed because I'm up so damn early in the morning, which is, you know, a far cry from when we first started this and I was working nights. But yeah, it would just, honestly, it's quiet time, whether it be here in the house or, you know, camping or on a little getaway, just a day trip here or there. As long as I'm getting to the time to spend with them, it's great. If I have by the off chance, even spending time with my old man, we went and shot trap for the better part of the morning a couple of weeks ago. First time I'd done that in like 10 years. My fucking shoulder hurt so bad for like 3 days after that. But it really is just. It may sound cliche, but it really is just the little things.
Yeah,
just being able to hang out. Don't have to really do anything. Don't really have to go anywhere. As long as you surround yourself with decent people.
So true.
So, what would be your top 5 movies of all time if you had to pick
Oh,
5?
here comes a tangent.
You can go first.
Go on, Josh.
Who? Me?
You.
Oh God. Yeah. I can't really, because a lot of them come in series. So I'm gonna go anything from the OG Halloween series. But I do have to give honorable mentions to some of the Rob Zombie flicks that he's done for the Halloween, and because he's done a real good job. And I mean, let's just face it, he's a badass. Going back to my childhood, to this day, one of my favorite movies is Short Circuit. I will just randomly get a thought across my mind and want to sit down and watch it, and I will pull it up on Prime Video and just sit there like a child again and watch Johnny Five. Terminator, the first one, only because it scared the ever-loving shit out of me when I first saw it as a kid. And watching it now, I realize it's corny as fuck, but that's what you get for a movie that was made in what, like 1984. But yeah, I mean, Adam, my movie tastes run the gambit from Harry Potter and Marvel movies to Star Wars and whatever else in between. If it even looks remotely interesting, I'll sit down and watch it at least once. But favorites, that's real tough. But those three have to be my top few favorites.
Well, I finally made it through the Spider-Man films. Oh.
Well, which ones?
Oh, I done them all.
Okay.
And they're all fucking horrendous.
So this is going to be a question for the both of you. Now, you've just made it through all of the Spider-Man films. Have you, FaceMeat?
I haven't seen a single Spider-Man film.
Really? Okay.
You don't need to, mate. You don't need to. It's a waste of time.
My question is going to be lost on you because who is your favorite Spider-Man?
None of them. I thought, you know what I'm like with Marvels? I can't do Marvel films. Yeah, he's fucked off. See you later, mate. The wife loves Marvel films. I thought, you know what? I'll give him a go. She said, watch the Spider-Man.
Well, then I don't want to talk to you. I want to talk to her.
Mate, they were shocking. And then on the last one, all three of them came together, and it made it even fucking worse. I couldn't wait for it to finish. Oh, let's bring the multiverse in. We'll have all of them in one film. Like, no. No, me personally, I can see why people liked them, but no, not for me.
I get the appeal, but it's just not for me. I don't begrudge anyone for being into that stuff. It's just not for me.
I gave it a good go. And the thing that really fucking confused me is each Spider-Man was different. One shot his web out of his arm, the other one had a little machine, the other one had something else, and then there was all these little nanotechnologies. It was like, well, make your mind up.
Well, does that fall in line with how the comic books work?
So
I haven't got a fucking clue. I didn't get that far either.
So it was Andrew Garfield and Tom Holland. Those movies played more along the line of the original Spider-Man comic books because Peter Parker was a scientific genius and he built the web shooters and also invented his own web fluid. So Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man both did that. Whereas Tobey Maguire's, it somehow came out of his wrist. Like it looked like literally like a fucking burn mark on his wrist. And that's where his webs came out of. Can't fucking stand Tobey Maguire.
Fuck
But-
Spider-Man.
Hey, I
I gotta have a break, then I'll come back and give you my top 5.
I just watched Black Adam. The new
Oh, is
DC
that the
movie with
Dwayne
Rock.
Johnson one?
Dude, DC has, since Justice League, they've just progressively gotten better and better and better with their movies. DC has sucked for years with their movies. But since Justice League and Aquaman, and they've just progressively gotten better and better.
Yeah, if I had to pick a superhero film to watch, I like the old. If I had to pick it, it would be the old fucking George Clooney Batmans, the old Tim Burton ones, just because they were just. But I haven't seen the new Batman, the one with
You haven't watched Batfleck?
No, there's the other one with the guy for the vampire fella.
Has it been released yet?
Yeah. It was on. You can rent it on the TV.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch it then.
Yeah, I'm just nah. T loves the Dark Knight, all that stuff. Yeah, they're good films, but it's just not.
Now, Batman has taken on. They've gone in so many different directions with Batman. It's been ridiculous. But I have to say, plain and simple, hands down, the best Batman there ever was the original. Adam West was and will always be the best Batman. George Clooney, second, and then Christian Bale, and I have to give Ben Affleck a definite runner-up, honorable mention, because I thought he was gonna fucking flop it, but he did really great.
Yeah.
But that's the darkest Batman you'll ever see, because Batman's biggest thing was don't kill anybody. Well, Batfleck is out there with a fucking machine gun mowing people down.
Oh, go on, FaceMeat. Have you thought about your top 5 films?
Yeah. Airplane, number 1.
Yep.
Breakfast Club, number 2. Labyrinth, number 3.
Oh.
Princess Bride, number 4. And I'm sort of undecided on number 5.
Well, don't call me Shirley.
Airplane for me is one of the movies where I can watch it twice in the same week and I will crack up just as hard.
I don't think I've seen it.
Airplane?
Yeah. That will be on the list. The look on that face means I need to watch it.
It's funny.
Well, since you said that, Naked Gun, the first one, will go number 5.
Naked Gun.
I'll have to,
He's a great
Comedic genius.
I'll have to definitely give those a watch. So I'm trying to watch more films, so I need some good ones to watch. I think
Dude, Airplane that's all time for me, all time best. Put it on whenever. I'll sit down and watch it.
I'll have to put that on the list.
And I'll crack up.
What do you think? So, are you a Leslie Nielsen fan, or just those couple of movies that he's been in?
I think I would call myself a Leslie Nielsen fan because his career is a very interesting career trajectory wise. So he was sort of a classic actor in serious films, and then I think Airplane was the first comedy he was ever cast in.
I think so.
And he's got the best deadpan comedy aura about him. I don't think anyone will ever top him.
I can picture in my head, but no, I know for a definite I haven't seen it.
So you've seen Naked Gun, right?
Yeah.
It's Naked Gun, but
in an airplane
15 years earlier.
Yeah.
We'll definitely give that a watch.
It's
definitely 100%.
It's just go watch it. You'll understand.
That might be our weekend watch. Mrs. is up for it, so we'll definitely watch it.
Yeah. It's
definitely
good.
So next one, what's your top 5 bands?
Can I go first?
Yeah.
Sure.
Dismount from my mount.
Damn.
That's number 1 through 5. No, that's number 1. Number 2 would be probably Misfits. Number 3, Slayer. Number 4, a little bit out of my normal wheelhouse, but a band called Future Islands. They're like kind of a synth pop sort of band, but
okay.
Yeah, anyone out there that's watching or listening, go Google Future Islands and give a couple of their songs a listen. Really, really incredible stuff. Was that 4? That was 4. Number 5, Drug Church, a band I discovered not too long ago when I went with my wife to see The Chats, an Australian punk band, and this band Drug Church that I had never heard of opened for them, and I was totally blown away by their set. Yeah. So again, anyone out there watching or listening, go check out Drug Church as well.
We can add it to the playlist as well. So at the end we have a playlist. We had songs to, so we'll add a couple on. Hello.
Mini Meat.
Mini me. But I gotta be honest, that is cool when that happens. When you go to a gig, and then the support band you never heard that, and they turn out to be epic. It's always a really good surprise.
It's been around for quite a while, but I'm just kind of old, and I don't really keep up on all the new cool stuff. And this band opened from, and I was totally blown away. Really rad stuff.
I haven't been to a gig for so long now. We need to get back into it.
Luckily, my wife is the one in our relationship that's like, dude, it's been like 3 months. Let's go see a show.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but I just get wrapped up in just daily life stuff. I forget about it.
Oh, shit. The last 4 ones we were meant to go see, we booked, and then COVID hit in, and then COVID kicked in again, and then she was pregnant, so we couldn't go. And then one was like a week after you gave birth, so we definitely couldn't go. So it just I didn't really want to take a heavily pregnant woman to a punk rock show. She really wanted to go. She still wanted to go, but I would have felt fucking bad. Considering she dropped 6 weeks early, you could have had it there.
Right.
That would have been interesting. I might have got a free T-shirt. Are you all right, Asian Ken? How's it going? Well, here's an interesting one for you. Do you have a guilty pleasure?
Pokemon Go.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Have you gone for a drive to say you had to go get something just to go catch a Pokemon on the way?
Absolutely.
Yep.
That's what we like to hear. But was you?
True.
Do you have a battery pack just in case? Because you run your phone out all the time.
I keep one in my backpack. Yes.
But was you one of these? Because I had it for literally 2 days, but I had to delete it. I loved Pokemon when I was a kid. Like I had the blue, not the red, and I played that, and I never played it since. And then when Pokemon Go got, I just got like a little spark that just decided to download it, and then jumped in that rabbit hole for a couple of days and had to drag my ass back out.
See, I never played the card games. I never played the video games. Nothing. But since that game came out, I'm every single day.
I played the ever-loving shit out of the card games. I've had so many decks and cards and shit just everywhere.
See, I don't even know how the card game works, and I don't know the backstory to all this stuff, but for whatever reason, the mobile game sucked me in, and I'm just still totally sucked in.
And said, do you like the band End of the Year since you like Drug Church?
Never heard of End of the Year, but I'll check them out. Thank you, Ern.
Yeah, Pokemon. Oh, it just... Yeah, I got it, and I found myself going to the shops to get milk. Just walk a little bit further to get that egg to pop. And I was like, I think I need to delete it now. So I ended up deleting it.
Oh, yeah. For sure, I've walked to the mailbox and done a whole lap around the neighborhood. Just.
But look, if it makes you happy, crack on, mate.
It does, and it's harmless, and it's good fun. It's not cool, but I enjoy it.
You walk around the shop and go, yes, Charizard. What just gives you a funny look.
Absolutely.
Good man. That's what I like to hear. I thought before we carry on, I wanted to do. I know it says 15 questions, but it's a quick fire answer. Yep. Josh is on it.
I can't zoom in enough to see what that is. You better get it.
What is it, Josh?
It's a Charmander and a Buffalon.
Yeah, you're right. Let him go.
Yeah.
So it's a quick fire answer, so you can't really think about it. Just give me your answer. It's going to be interesting. You ready? You. This is all you.
Okay.
Pineapple on pizza.
Yes.
Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Red or white wine?
No thanks. Beer.
Pasta or rice?
Rice.
Hugs or handshakes?
Depends the gender.
I like that answer. Bath or shower?
Shower.
Summer or winter?
Winter.
Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Rim or blow Joe Biden?
One more time?
You have to pick an answer. You have to rim or blow Joe Biden.
Rim.
It's gone for the bum. Tattoos or piercings?
Tattoos.
Are you big or little spoon?
Big.
Star Wars or Star Trek?
Sure.
Neither. Pantera or Metallica?
Metallica.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Last one, Queen or Elton John?
The last one's tough.
Very.
You can't. No one can go quick on this one. Has anyone said one of the answers straight away?
Yeah, it's just first one that comes into your head.
Queen.
All right.
Sorry, Elton John.
So we learned you like pineapple and licking Joe Biden's bum. Out of that.
I love it. To pick the worst of, or the lesser of two evils.
I got a few more for you.
All right,
Cake or pie?
cake. As long as it has buttercream frosting. Fuck
Ooh.
whipped cream frosting. That's garbage. Buttercream till I die.
Dog or cat?
Cat.
Root beer or cream soda?
Cream soda.
All right.
We've learned quite a lot
This
tonight.
would have been those last few questions would have made a hell of a lot more sense if Angela were here, because that was something they did with that what she said.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm a cake, cat, root beer.
But you can't begrudge the cream soda, folks, right?
No, not at all, because there are some damn good cream sodas out there.
And that's why I paused. I don't know. If you had the best of both worlds together next to each other, you'd be hard pressed to find a better between the two.
Top 2 favorite root beers. Not, and I'm talking mainstream. Can go, damn. He did us like that. He just disappeared.
Sorry, someone sent me. Someone tried to call me.
So like you can walk into your local gas station and just pick this up.
Dad's, and I think Sprecher makes a solid root beer.
Not heard of either one of them.
Come out to the West Coast. I'll show you.
Definitely. I'm a IBC or Barks.
Both great. Barks has
The
a
only one we
little bit
get-
of spice to it that I really appreciate.
Yeah, Barks.
We
is
only
good.
get A&W here,
Yeah.
Yeah, A&W is all right.
and the can's half the size of this, and this is 330 mils. So say like 150 mil can, and it's £1.10. So it's too expensive. We're
You
over
guys
there
get
for
taxed on sugar content, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get taxed quite heavily. So say like if you go and get yourself like a McDonald's, if you have water, it'll be a set price. But if you have like full fat Coke, it adds like I think it's an extra like nearly 50p on it, 25 to 50p.
Yeah.
But it's trying to stop people being fat. But if people want it, they want it, don't they? At the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I get what the government's trying to do, but you know, delicious is delicious. So
Yeah, I suppose it's not about like quality; it's quantity, really, is it?
you could argue both ends.
Is he like having a full fat Coke once every couple of months isn't really a bad thing, but having it every day obviously is.
Well, I think you could probably have one once a day, but
Probably.
adjust everything else accordingly.
Yeah.
I
But the way-
have no authority on this subject. I've got 20 pounds.
I think we're gonna go down a rabbit hole there.
And you know,
Oh dear. So we haven't done it before, actually. What are you vaping on?
I'm vaping on a Anakin Chroma R from the
nice.
Vape and Jedi that I got through the Discord, and a what's this thing called? Vandy Vape Berserker.
Oh, nice.
MTL RTA.
Nice.
And
what made you
Aspire mix with another Berserker with a DIY tobacco maple thing.
So you want ELR then? Do you put your recipes up on the ELR?
I sent a bottle of guava vanilla custard to Nick that he talked about in one of his vlogs, and I put that recipe up because people asked me to put it up. But I'm by no means an accomplished DIY e-liquid guy. Most of the stuff I make is other recipes from people that have
Yeah.
way more talented than I am.
Yeah. Oh, I've tried mixing and it's atrocious. I've tried a couple of times, and each time it smelled like moldy forest and didn't taste any better.
Yeah, there's definitely an art to that craft, and the
Yeah.
people that are really good at it, I really respect what they do, because it's not an easy thing to come up with something organically by yourself and have it be really delicious. It takes a lot of work.
It's like KVTV, Jay, and Sifu. Their liquids are outstanding. It's such an art form.
Yeah, Sifu. I've only ever got one bottle of liquid from him, and it was the Poor Kids of Discord.
Yeah,
and
that was good.
The strawberry in that hits like a strawberry I've never tasted in an e-liquid before.
It's a very natural strawberry.
Yes.
He's
like almost with the seeds and everything. It's really incredible.
His Kick It Root Down is my favorite.
Yeah.
Hands down.
His root beer is amazing. It's like, have you had not your father's root beer?
I have.
Okay, so picture that without the alcohol bite, and that's what you've got. Do you have? I know there's. I don't know if it's around you, but I know there is BJ's Brew Houses out in California.
Yeah, we have those.
Have you been to one?
It's been years and years, but
did you ever have their craft root beer that they make in house?
No.
Spot on.
Okay.
It tastes just like a BJ's root beer.
Well, I got a bottle sent from Sifu, and I've got to give him credit. He sent me a bottle when he only had half a house. Like during he had that tornado that ripped out half his house, he still went into the post office and sent me off my liquids. And I ploughed through 200 mils in. That first time he sent that liquid, was it like a week? Not even a week. Not even a week. Ploughed through probably 250 mils. It is that good. And I've got another bottle, but my missus has to hide it from me. So I have a little bit, and I get her to put it away because I'll just sit here and plough through the whole bottle of it. I've got one of his other ones here that I haven't tried yet. So It's So Fluffy.
I haven't tried
that one.
Oh, is that the
I have no doubt it's incredible.
I have no idea. I haven't even cracked it yet. I was meant to put it on the Staggertons, but I stupidly put another liquid on it.
Smell it. What's it smell like?
My sense of smell is horrendous. I will just tell you it smells nice or not.
It smells like the inside of your nose?
Yeah. Oh, my senses are knackered. I couldn't even tell you what that is. T, what's that? What's that smell?
I think that's the Baked Alaska one.
I done a challenge with a UK mixer where he made me a liquid and I had to guess what was in it.
Yeah, remember that.
If you want to have a funny watch it. It was an hour and a half, and I was like, just smells nice. I couldn't even tell you what was in it. You can't open it.
I think what you call it? Sifu's got some amazing tobaccos too. His Baby Come Back is amazing. I'd have to say Kick It Root Down and Baby Come Back are probably my two favorite liquids from him. And my number one favorite from Jay is his Drunken Apple Cakes.
Oh, that is really good. If you can get him to make you his fruit basket.
The fruit basket is really good too.
That I got 50 mils of that, and it lasted half a day on a Mac. I just plowed through it. I was outside building, and I was like, I'll just try this. And I got to the end of building, and I was like, I've got nothing left. Went through the whole lot of that fruit basket. But the great thing is, when it gets shipped here, it takes like 2-3 weeks. So when it turns up, it's perfectly steamed.
Yeah.
No waiting. That's why I can't mix. When I mix it, I want to vape it straight away.
Sifu's Peach Among Worlds too. That's really good. It's a nice boozy peach.
I never got to try Uncle Chris's liquids.
Me either.
They were meant to be really good. And the other one that I always wanted to try was Mitch's peach one. What was that peach one?
Mitch's mango was really good.
Mango, that was it.
It definitely rivaled On Boy Mango. But that's about all we'll talk about Mitch.
Yeah. Or that Own Boy Mango, I don't buy it anymore because it's gone. It's one of those liquids that you can't stop vaping. Like I'll pour it and accidentally pour some on the side so I can have a little bit of a taste as well. And I do over drip with that stuff, so I get overexcited. So, but what I've been vaping a lot of recently, if you can get this line over in America, the King's Custards. And these are like there's
I've
a
seen
top,
Todd, Mark
Todd's
Todd
done them.
vaping stuff.
Yeah, the toffee cream is really good, but they do a Loganberry cream.
That sounds good.
That is outstanding. It's sweet, but it's not overly sweet, so you can just vape it, and it doesn't get too sickly. But yeah, I plow through that a bottle in probably about a week as well. So I had to stop myself. But my all-day vape, and it has been for ages now, is a bit of Black Bess by Black Rose Elixirs. Stuff is outstanding.
What is it?
It's a blackcurrant lychee like ice, but it's more like I want to say menthol, but it doesn't taste menthol.
Okay,
If that makes sense. You don't get that horrible menthol. Yeah, it's really good. So
okay.
He's just sent me 5 bottles of the stuff. I was like, I need some more Black Bess. I'll send you a bottle. I was like, sweet. And I had 5 turned up, so I'm sorted now for a little while. But that's just been my all-day vape, non-stop.
I think that's going to be the next group buy.
I know he's just won 2 awards for his liquids.
This stuff was absolutely amazing.
What was that? The Amatorium. Yeah, I've still got 7 bottles of the banana one and 2 bottles of the raspberry ripple and 3 bottles of country fudge. That stuff was outstanding.
I gotta find somebody to give that stupid mint cake to.
Yeah,
that shit.
Oh, that mint cake was nasty. The country fudge, it's like you'll have it out there. Well, you know when you go to like a little town and they have the little family-run shop that made homemade little fudge bars.
Yep.
Identical. There was no difference. It was, oh my god, it was so good. It came over to me.
Chocolate is one of those flavors in e-liquid, like coffee, for me, that is really hard to nail.
That country fudge is outstanding.
I've only ever had 2 coffee vapes that I absolutely loved. One was from that Nitros line. It was like some, you know which one I'm talking about. And the other was actually made by a friend of mine. It was Grindhouse, and it was an Americano. It was a straight up black coffee. That's it. No, just like a hint of sweetness, but nothing crazy. But it was, if you like black coffee, if that's your thing, you would have absolutely loved this liquid.
Such a hard profile to nail.
And he did.
I've had quite a few chocolates. I've got another chocolate one here from one of my mates, Steam Pugs. It's a white chocolate custard. And
white chocolate is even harder to nail.
Apparently, it was a mistake. He was trying to make something else. But this stuff is great. But you can't buy it. He just makes it and sends it to you. So this has been steeping since May. And I cracked it open probably a couple of weeks ago. And that's really good. Get it on a nice spicy mix, so you get the warmth to it as well, and it's really good. But if you, about the Amatorium, I'm trying to get hold of the recipes and the concentrates. So it may still, we might be able to get available at some point down the line. But I mixed mine with praline ice cream, so I've done like 50-50 with that and praline ice cream, mate. That was something else. Threw it in the ether bridge, and I didn't vape anything else. It turned into a bit of crack for me. Ern saying Country Clouds chocolate pudding pie is really good also.
Oh, I miss their cornbread pie. Their cornbread pudding.
Don't talk about the cornbread pudding. That's when my missus' favourite one.
I miss that.
My local vape shop had it, and I bought them out every time. He'd buy
Ian
8
said
bottles
you can
at a
actually buy
time.
it, but Pugs just keeps giving it away.
What's that?
Ian said you can buy it, but Pugs just keeps giving it away.
Oh, there you go. So you can get it. So yeah, White Rabbit it's called.
Well, somebody send me some.
It's worth getting hold of. It's really good. It's weird, but it's really good. But that that cornbread pudding, mate, I'd get 8 in the shop and I'd buy 8. He'd be like, actually keep buying me out. So I'm going to buy more. So he'd buy more and I'd go and buy all them as well. And then they fucking discontinued it. And the only person I knew that had one was Lethal, had 1 bottle. And it was steeped so bad, it was nearly black. It was that statement. I was still tempted to go, mate, I'll give you like $30 for half a bottle. You get like the crack itch going,
You get into DIY, and that's one of those things where you go back and find those old devices at the back of your little vape cabinet, little mixes that you've made a year and a half ago, and think, this sucked back then, but maybe we'll give it another try, and it's even worse now.
Yeah, I think I'd probably go green around the gills if I vaped them now.
Yeah,
they were horrendous. I made one and it tastes like Posh toothpaste.
Well, that's not the worst thing.
You can actually buy it. It's on Dripper Labs. People actually like it. I was like, can't do that.
I've got some older shit right here. Come on, where is it? There it is.
I can't even see what that is.
Yeah, it's an OG goon.
Bloody hell.
A nice little recurve.
See, I love the recurve jewel, but is it the more? No, it's. I made kind of no, it's not that one. I made a liquid on this website, and I ended up calling it the morning situation. But yeah, no, it's not called that. I think it's actually called Posh toothpaste, mate, on Dripper Labs. So if it's not there, let me know, and I'll make sure it gets put back up there. If you want it, you can have it.
They got the Nudge 24 and 22.
Bloody hell.
Those actually both came right from Matt. He was at one of the conventions that I was at, and I'm willing to bet if I could get this top cap off, it still has the set of M-Turk aliens in it that he installed at the convention going on 3 years ago now.
Are you guys going to start going to some more conventions out there? Is there any lined up?
They're done out here
in the U.S.
Yeah,
they're done. If you find one, it's more than likely a hemp fest with a couple of vape vendors peppered in.
You'd have to come over here, take a trip over here.
Dude, don't fucking tempt me.
There might be a local shop that has like little get together here and there, but there's no big convention center type stuff around here anymore. It's
all gone to shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much.
It was so weird. The one we had in October, there was they brought back cloud comps, which was really fucking weird. Well, there's bumper cars in there as well, in the middle of the expo. So our stall was right next to the bumper cars, and it was right next to the bar. So you can imagine, by like the end of the night, the bumper cars was getting quite dangerous. But no, guy, you should come over to our ones. They're pretty good. They're picking up.
You guys are doing it so right over there, man. I'm so jealous with the way your government is embracing harm reduction. It's so incredible.
Well, the difference is it saves us money.
Yeah, and it would here too, but there's too many special interests.
Well, yeah, and on top of that, if we're going to talk really cynical for a second, America makes money off ill people. We lose money off ill people.
Well, the country as a whole does not, but the pharmaceutical industry does.
And who do they run? Who are they run by, and who do they work with? It's everyone's.
Exactly.
But over here, we obviously we got them in. We got a couple of vendors in hospitals. They're now going to be giving them out on the NHS to people that want to stop smoking to get them off. You can go into my mate Phil's shop, who owns Black Rose, and they'll do like your oxygen meters in there, and there's this whole thing you can do with your doctor and his vape shop to get you onto vaping from smoking. I mean, everyone's vaping over here.
It's such a no-brainer from a public health standpoint. It really just cements the preconceived notion that our government doesn't have our best interest in mind when they legislate.
It's like that with anything, isn't it?
For their seat that matters.
It's like that with anywhere. Like we can go away from vaping for a second if we're talking about just in general. Look at the war on drugs.
It's so fucked. If you look at it in the UK, like I don't smoke weed anymore. I stopped that when I was a kid, but it is still a Class B drug here, so you still get prosecuted for it. So to prosecute someone for a little bit of weed costs an absolute fortune. But they make money from doing it, so they don't want to then legalize it because they will lose money because the black market's still going to be there. So it swings in roundabouts. Things that other countries, like your country's got right, we're still technically in the dark ages on. But then you can flip it. Things that you're in the dark ages on, like vaping, we're at the forefront of it. It just so happens it is vaping over here. But it's the same in any country, really. Nobody's got your best interest at heart. It's whatever suits them and their legislation and their agenda. Yeah, well, look at us at the moment with our new prime minister. With the whole tax, they want to tax the ultra rich, but he's gone against it because his missus is a multi-millionaire, and she would lose money. Look after number one, I say. As long as you're fine and you're happy and you keep out of the system, you just got to do what you got to do, really, haven't you? A lot of people don't, and it's there. I don't think there's a single country in the world where the best interest of the people is what matters.
Yeah,
it's those in power and well, not really those in power that decide, but the people that fund those in power that decide.
I think really another thing,
because there's people that are still smoking cigarettes today that could have quit 10 years ago, like I did, and could have known how incredible that this simple little piece of technology is.
Yeah.
But they still have this notion in their mind because the people in power tell them that this is bad and the other thing is not quite as bad.
Yeah.
And it's so bad.
Well, I think the good thing over here is that we do get the trickle down of your news of the whole popcorn lung and shit.
Yeah.
It gets put in the newspaper, then the next day they say, oh, it's bullshit. So we debunk it, but at the same time, you still have people that say it's twice as bad. My nan is one example. Like, my doctor was the one who told me to vape, and it was my mum and dad that bought me my first vape because I was smoking like 60 a day. But my nan used to be a smoker. She's only got one lung because she had one taken out when she was really young because of heavy smoking. She was a doctor. and she stands by it that vaping is worse than smoking.
I had the same exact discussion with my mom today. We went out to a friend's birthday party earlier today, and I told her I have to get home early because I have this vaping related YouTube channel that I'm going to be a guest on. And she says, what are you doing? What if your daughter finds this broadcast in 20 years? And I said, fucking ain't right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She said, do you want your daughter vaping? I said, no, I don't want her smoking. But if she does happen to smoke, I'd rather she end up vaping instead.
Yeah. It's
so pounded into people's minds how vaping is worse, and that there's no logic to any of that. Even the worst vaping is orders of magnitude less harmful than smoking. I don't. It's really okay.
But
be quiet.
Another thing that like enrages me, it's like the English version of that is. I was at work probably about a year or two ago, and one of the guys I work with was like, I want to buy my daughter a vape. What would you suggest?
How old was his daughter?
She was 19, 20. And we can smoke at 16 over here. And I was just like, okay, how many cigarettes does she smoke? Well, she doesn't smoke cigarettes. We're just going to get her one with no nicotine in it because it's safe, isn't it? Like, no.
No.
Don't do it. So over here, a lot of people have the preconception that it's just not bad for you at all. And they're willing to let their kids do it because of it. Oh, just don't put no nicotine in it. It's just like flavored smoke. It's fine.
It's not horrible, but it's not good either.
Safer does not necessarily mean safe.
Yeah. But it's the same thing. I don't know what I would prefer. Someone to moan at me to say it's bad for you, it's going to kill you when you know it's not. Or you have parents that you know that are willingly going to go and buy their kids, say, like a smock kit and a bottle of whatever juice it is with no nicotine in it. I don't know subconsciously what I think is worse. But yeah, that's what we have to do with.
Do what they're going to do, but at least if they're of age, hopefully vaping will be the less harmful alternative that they go to instead of smoking.
Very true.
Because smoking for me was such a stranglehold. I never thought I would quit.
Yeah, I tried loads of times to quit.
A dozen times at least for me. And it never happened until I discovered vaping.
But what I found really weird, and I only really realised it a couple of years ago, is flying. When I was a smoker and I knew that I had to fly, it was fucking stressful. I would even connecting flights, you'd find a way you'd go back through security. You would queue for an hour just to get back through security to go out and have a puff. And you would chain smoke 3 or 4 back to back.
Yeah.
But vaping, you're fine. You're fine. You have a couple before you go into the airport. You could not vape for 16 hours if you were doing a long haul flight, and you felt fine.
Yeah.
And you weren't coming out like jittering on wanting to tear someone's throat out because you're just crazy. So it was interesting to think about. Well, is that just the addiction to not the tobacco, but the other chemicals that obviously comes along with combustion that is giving you that effect?
I don't think it's any secret that the big tobacco companies alter the tobacco within the cigarettes to make it more addictive. I think that's common knowledge.
Mm. Oh,
and vaping things where I get busy doing something around the house and I can go 2-3 hours if I'm, tiling a bathroom or whatever I'm doing, and you just don't think about it. And then it's there and like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And same on a flight. I went to Australia recently and I was fine.
No issues at all.
Well, I would have liked to have had it next to me, but
yeah. Have you had any lapses since moving onto vaping?
Maybe a couple months after I switched, but we were out. Me and my wife were out at a whiskey bar and had I don't know if it's a cigarette or cigar or something, and it just immediately tasted just like the inside of a butt.
Yeah, see, I was quite lucky. I had a relapse. I think it was 3 years into vaping, and I was at work, and my battery ran out. Didn't have nothing on me, and I was in the middle of the shift. I was nowhere close to the office, and the geezer that I worked with was Turkish, and he only had Turkish rolling tobacco on him, which he brought back in a plastic bag. It's the one when you buy and it's in a bag. He was like, "Have some of this." I was like, "Do you know what? Fuck it, let me have it." I had one puff. I went green around the gills, and I had to sit on the floor. It made me feel that ill. Haven't touched it since.
Yeah, I have no fear of ever reverting back to cigarettes because this is better in every way.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Every single way.
well, I think we've reached that time to where we're going to open it up to chat for some songs. So anybody who is new that is joining us tonight, at the end of each episode, what we do is the panelists all pick 2 songs to add to our playlist, which you can find on Spotify, and we ask that chat come up with a couple of songs as well, and we usually have our esteemed guest pick those 2 random songs from the chat, if he can see chat.
I can't see chat, so I'll leave it up to the chat's discretion to pick good stuff.
All right. So chat, start rolling out with some songs. Adam, do you have anything ready?
I've just put my first one in because I just thought of it. My first song is going to be "Penguins and Polar Bears" by Mill & Collin, because I haven't heard that in so long. And my next one is going to be probably "Linoleum" by NoFX. They're my 2 tunes. FaceMeat, do you want to? Have you got 2 songs you want to add?
Is this from chat or just?
No, you pick 2, and then we'll pick more from chat.
So the obvious choice for me would be "Hope" by Descendants, and I'll give Sublime's cover of "Hope" by Descendants for my second choice.
Lovely job, Lee. Oh, what was that band that you said that you just found out? No, was it the synth pop one that you wanted everyone to listen to? Just chuck us one of their songs. We'll throw
Tin Man.
Island. Tin Man.
Tin Man by Future Islands.
Right, we'll throw that in there as well. Cool. Josh?
So I'm going to go, my first one's going to be on The Fiction We Live by From Autumn to Ashes. And let's see. I just had it. You suck.
The link's in chat anyway for you guys if you want to follow the playlist.
Come on.
What else have we got? Let me have a look. I didn't know Mill & Collin was Swedish.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Found it.
You got it? Go on. Get out.
Down, Set, Go by Under Oath.
Oh shit. Cool. Right. So it's now chat So, what are we going to pick?
Let's see.
I'm going to go Pink Floyd Money.
Putting on the Ritz by Falco from Tribal Buddha.
Did you say you was a Slayer fan, FaceMeat?
Yeah,
Dead Skin Mask?
sure.
Is that like FaceMeat?
Oh, that's going on there as well. Cool. The links in chat if you want to follow the playlist. There's some good tunes on there now.
All right. Well, I mean, so everybody knows that we really don't have to pimp our social medias or anything like that, but because they're scrolling right across down the bottom here. We have 2 more episodes left of season 2. Season 3 will premiere shortly after the new year. We also have some very exciting things going on for the new season. New look, new season, new things. It's going to be very exciting. So keep an eye on Discord, and the patrons keep an eye on Patreon. If anybody wants to get into Patreon, the link is going to be probably in the description of this video. So where can the good folks find you, FaceMeat? Where are you at on the socials?
Just look for me on Nick's YouTube. Yeah, stuff is fairly private, but reach out to me on Discord or wherever if you got a question for me. But
all right, cool.
Yeah, that's all.
All right, you guys.
I think the link for the Across the Pond Discord's in chat as well. I think old Chris Doyle chucked it in there as well.
Yeah, Addie's been in there too. He's our moderators are going to town tonight. It's great.
Lots of sex bots.
Yeah. You've made it when it's sex bots. Anybody you have anything else before we wrap things up? Anything to say? Anything?
Try Oatmeal.
Try Oatmeal.
It had to come up. All right. So that's the end. We've got nothing else. Thank you, everybody, from the bottom of my heart, from all of us for joining us. FaceMeat, thank you for taking the time out of your lovely Southern California day to hang out with us and give us a little bit of a backstory of who you are and where you came from. It's great to have you, and just like anybody else that has been a guest here, you now have a seat anytime you want it. Yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for letting us entertain you for an hour and a half every couple of weeks, and seeing some new faces come into the chat, which is great. And our steady chatters are always it's always great to see them. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great night. Stay vaping.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Have a great